So rather than just repeat everything that you've heard multiple times tonight, let me just tick off the obvious first. So, Adam Bandt is now the boss of the Greens. He is dangerous. He is a figure who is only going to make the party more dangerous in the next little while. But for those that don't quite understand what happens when it comes to Adam Bandt, this is a bloke who says that Australian troops are potentially war criminals. He's a bloke who says that coal mining equals bushfires, that the Prime Minister is a threat to life because of his support of jobs in the coal industry. He wants 16-year-olds to be able to vote because, of course, they would vote Greens. He hates Australia Day. But there is one good thing about him. He thinks his wife's attractive, and all husbands should feel that about their wives. That's the nicest thing I'll ever have to say about Adam Bandt. As for the National Party and what they have come up with today, look, Barnaby Joyce should well and truly be back in the front seat of Australian politics. He's a bloke who is not just fluent in bush, but he cares about it. He's able to be an advocate who annoys, among others, people like Adam Bandt, so he's my kind of guy. But of course, he failed in his leadership bid to get rid of Michael McCormack today. And if you would like an insight into the potential pettiness of Michael McCormack, is that Michael McCormack has accepted, and apparently that means doors slammed, not just on Barnaby Joyce returning to the ministry, which he should, particularly on water policy. There would be an alignment between his want to build dams and the Prime Minister saying it's time to build dams as part of a strategy to deal with less rain because of climate change. But the pig-headedness and pettiness that comes about with Matt Canavan not being allowed to return to the ministry because he resigned and he didn't vote for McCormack to be the Nationals leader. Now, this bloke is a passionate advocate for the tens of thousands of people in this country who work in the mining industry. He understands the billions of dollars that all state governments get as a result of it, and he was a bloke who could absolutely slay the caravan of no courage that made its way with Bob Brown and others right up into Adani land. He's a bloke who understands what start Adani means, and he absolutely knows how evil stop Adani is. Michael McCormack, I get it. You are bruised. You are potentially pissed off as you are watching us in a hotel before you go back to sleep before Parliament starts up again tomorrow. But don't be petty. That's what Turnbull did, and we all know how it ended for him. Don't be petty. You have to make sure that the best people are the ones who aren't just fighting for the government's survival, but for the National Party's identity as well. At the very least, Matt Canavan should go right back where he was in Cabinet, and I think you should be bringing Barnaby Joyce with him, but I understand that might be a little bit of a far stretch. So rather than just repeat everything you've heard all night and 17 versions of the same thing, let's get to some other stuff.